And it is Scapolo, the one to run down. He's in front of Kazanluck, Bayflyer. Faramax finishing it off well down on the inside. He's really hitting the line, and Road Trippin's coming from arousing suspicion. But it's Faramax stretching into the bridle, going to the lead with Kazanluck. Scapolo trying to come back. Here are the closers now. Flying Skipper's coming down the outside. They're very tight. Kazanluck, Scapolo's come back. Flying Skipper coming at them. A four-way go. Flying Skipper dived at Scapolo.
Yeah, just to make the punters feel worse, that was one of the 3 horses who saluted at any old price during the course of the 7-day carnival.
Who were the other two? Well,
it was on one on the first day.
5.5 star.
Yeah, $41 star was one.
Yeah, what did the guy Walter one?
Appearance, $41. They were the 3 longest priced horses of the Flemington Carnival.
I got the trifecta in that appearance race. I don't know how I stabbed that one. I think it was late and I was desperate. Best punting story for you for the week? Dear Demi
What, for me personally?
Because I didn't see Northern Mail and Pinjarra. It was...
no, well, Saturday was a bit average too, so wheels were all over the joint. Yeah, mate, I haven't got any big price songs to sing. Dear Demi is my best result. Could have been a lot better.
Nachita was your big story.
Yeah, Nachita was good. There was some strong mail there that she was flying and we steamed in. Luna Rise was actually not a bad story for me. I was struggling trying to get into the racecourse, had no ticket, and got a phone call saying, I've backed Luna Rise for you. You've got to put chops in the pan when you get into the press room. Thanks very much. Chris Roots works at the Sydney Morning Herald because it lobbed at $8.
But the worst story was you got a 60. There was a horse that was 61s into 40s that Bossy rode, and you got the tip.
Got the tip and never had anything on it. Excellent.
And you, mate? Good story, bad story?
Not me personally, because obviously there's nothing exciting to talk about. But and this is another one in a similar boat. A bloke we know called Ben the Pork Hampton. He got a tip on 5.5 star, so he backed it, which was the smart thing. But he took a quaddie 5.5 star. Field into Freewheeling, and Freewheeling ran second in the lucky last. So that was a case of what could have been.
Crashing?
He's still getting over it. Yeah, he was actually just
I said, did he crash?
Oh, I wouldn't have thought so. It's not how it rolls.
That wouldn't have been a smart play.
Did a Dreyfus.
Oh, please. At least crashed across on the winner.
That reminds me, Faulkner was the other big result.
Speaking of...
That may as well have been a year ago.
We've picked out 3 absolute star performances. You might agree, you might disagree. You can go to our website and do all of the damage if you don't like us. This one was on Thursday. Shamel Wind. Quinny, take us through this little film.
Wow, Robert Smurder, normally when he has a horse in a field that's well fancied, they back the pants off it. This thing went around at, what, $15?
Yeah, 13's out to
15. And look at her go, whooshka!
And that was because of the strength of the field. Like you see Brave Soul there running second. Maydong, they got some good, strong form from Sydney. And form through Jolie Bay, who run well in the Coolmore Stakes, the Group 1.
But that's a special horse.
That was... You don't see many lengthen like that away from good fillies. That was impressive.
Away from... We've left Poisson Staloon out because it was a standout. We spoke about it as well. This is another one. This was my... absolute certainty on Tuesday, and I went in it like a flower and only backed it for the place. How good am I going?
Well, it could have been worse.
Never in doubt. Here I was going to run a hole.
I got my question marks over this field, this form.
This has come out of a Sydney race and they sent it straight down there. And what I like is the way it stretched out.
It was very impressive.
Which they're very good at doing.
The Travelling Man's going no good. Magnia's going okay.
Oh, Magnia's got a fair boom on it.
Yeah, but it got beat there in the 1400 metre race behind the 30 to 1 shot. Yeah.
They placed them well early in the campaign. I agree.
Yeah. I think they got their birthday with Gentile. I think it was Sprinter, maybe. I don't think it's going to go into...
Okay.
I enjoyed this one.
A little man, Quinny, last week threw everything on the Each Way Good Thing at the Tuesday meeting. Unpretentious for Nicky Burke in the yellow colours, or lime green colours out wide, 3 from the left.
I think it's the first winner I've backed on Melbourne Cup Day since Mackay Dover as well. But Craig Williams, fantastic ride down the outside of the track, and as Neil Evans will tell you, they were coming from everywhere.
Hang on,
it was
straight course racing. Hang on, straight course racing. They all win on the same blade of grass.
They all come down the straight course. What's the difference?
There's a crowd on the track. There's a huge difference.
It's like fishing with dynamite here, but not taking anything away from Nicky Burke. It was a fantastic training performance and a super win.
It's a very good horse.
Apparently going to Perth, perhaps.
I'm not sure where it's going. It's still, that's only
it wasn't
a strong level of race that. So it's got plenty of
I know
grades
he just
to come
got into the race courtesy of scratching.
Exactly.
So.
I wouldn't be tipping they'd be going straight to the deep end yet.
Okay, you've got the Logies, you've got the Academy Awards, you've got all of that rubbish, and we're just going to give our MVPs for the Carnival in no particular order. You'll see them come up on screen. The Carnival horse to follow, well, I just threw mine out there with Gentile.
That's Thru Your Kick, isn't it?
That is through my kick, but I really like what the Snowdens do with horses like that. Don't be surprised if she heads to bigger things over the Carnival in Perth, or maybe, well, they don't often go to Perth, the Snowdens, so maybe they'll save her and bring her back for the autumn. You nearly, boys?
Well, Nikita was explosive down the straight on that Saturday. I'm just a touch query about the 1400, whether she can stretch it, but placed, sparing, explosive.
I tend to agree with that. I think she's a very, very sharp filly. Sartorius, the obvious. I think this horse has gone on in leaps and bounds. His preparation, sky's the limit for a Galileo 5-year-old, lightly raced. I wouldn't be surprised if it's in some serious races this time next year.
And unpretentious, I just touched on everything why I like this horse, but I just think has had 2 starts this campaign, has won them both in brilliant fashion, and stick with it.
Okay, trainer of the Carnival. I beg your pardon. No, well, there we are. The trainer, there it is. Pete Snowden for me. Thought that he did really well with limited opportunities in terms of his normal numbers. He had a lot of horses, but good. A few of them were a bit outside the market, and I thought on the final day he stood up, and I was pretty happy with the way his horses went. Probably an honourable mention there to the jockey, but anyway. Darren
Weir for me.
Yeah, he did. His horses certainly fired. I'm giving John Thompson my top pick just for with all the stuff going on at Patnack Farm. He come out and said that he's struggling with. There's been payments here that have been missing, haven't had feed on some occasions, whatnot. To be able to concentrate and get Nachita back to the races after she was injured after the Golden Rose and win that Coolmore Stud Stakes, I think it was a very big performance.
And Nick, you agree with me. What about your jockey, Nick? We'll work the other way around. You tell us your jockey, the Carnival.
Kieran McAvoy, I think he's the most underrated jockey in the country. He does a fantastic job. Every time he gets beaten on one, everyone wants to pot him for some reason. And when he rides them as well as he doesn't get the kudos he deserves. So a big round of applause, Kieran.
Brandy boy?
I'm going Craig Williams. I think he's just Mr. Professional. He's dead set. You won't meet a more organised, prepared rider, and I think it comes out in his results.
And you and I agree.
Yeah, I'll go Ollie. Look, I'm not a massive Ollie fan. I mean, he's a very good rider, but there's others I'd rather have on, but I've got to
I
think you can give him a whack when you're praising him.
What I'm saying
in terms of what he did,
mate, he was terrific.
He won on outsiders.
He's not my all-time favourite jockey.
His ride on Glass Harmonium in the McKinnon was sensational. It just didn't get the cash.
Okay, this is not the award that you want to be winning. We've called it the Carnival Dud because we couldn't think of anything of the opposite of MVP. And sorry, Gay, you went in with plenty of bullets and you came home with a second in the Melbourne Cup to a horse that you only inherited a couple of weeks ago. There was some fairly disappointing performances there. And I could probably expand and say the whole Carnival, but I reckon Gay'd be very disappointed with what happened over the course of the Melbourne Carnival.
How Much Do You Love Me is a little bit Captain Predictable, but and this horse might well become a star sprinter, but all that build-up off the trial, we know what happened.
Serious Nick, what's that?
Readers of the Herald Sun will know what this one is. Serious Nick. My friend Nick Quinn here sitting next to us does a little punting column for the feature days, and Serious Nick is there to find the special of the day. 7 goes.
Bubkus.
Donut.
And you went the Kiwis. What's with the Kiwis?
Right, the Kiwis. I think the New Zealanders, they've got a great record when they come across to Flemington and the entire Spring Carnival, but when they have these short price favourites, ever since Sunlight it's been poison. This week again, Ocean Park and Silent Achiever, the 2 shortest price favourite of the week at Flemington, both of them got rock and rolled.
It's a done deal.
It's a done deal as well.
Ocean Park was, this is surprising, the only horse who was odds on out of 37 races at Flemington. One horse that was odds on.
Yeah. You threw her on it. Yeah.
No, I wasn't on it.
What in? McKinnon?
The Derby. Oh, no, I'm thinking it's a done deal.
It's all right, I was on both. Let's move on.
Okay. Plenty to come on the show. Your thoughts are welcome as well. Just go to our website, puntersparadise.com.au. And speaking of our sponsors, what about Grand Syndicates? All shares $1,000, $6 per day. Training bills, no extra bills and easy out options, of course, unless you want to go into a group one and then you pay a couple of bucks, but who cares? And you can pull out whenever you want, no questions asked. And this is the latest colt that we're syndicating. It's by Barely a Moment. Big, strong, good-looking, cracking chestnut colt who's being trained in Ascot at Ascot in Perth by Gentleman John Price. So go to the Grand Syndicates website for all of the details. Grand Syndicates, where syndicates shares are just $1,000.